Okay, Pisces, just as I started the reading, there was a knock at the neighbour's door. So I don't know if somebody's knocking at your door, not knocking at heaven's door. Definitely seems to be appropriate. So I'm getting this theme throughout this set of the readings. I feel like because I'm doing a readings about healing, right? Readings about healing from within. And one of the big things that we need to heal is our relationship to life and loss, right? And grief. So big trigger warning. It seems to be coming up in your reading as well. And fears around that as well. The moon hit card is here, so talking about fears around um, losing people and the fears around death. So that might be the topic of your reading, but we'll see when we start to pull cards. It could be something completely different. It's just that your song that randomized is "The Greatest" by Lana Del Rey, and she talks about having a great time, but it's like maybe I'm burnt out after all. So it could just be talking about burnout, right? About going at things at a leisurely pace. Now, this is funny because I'm kind of talking about some of the topics that came through in the Tell Me Anything reading that will have been posted a week last Friday on the same day as Leo. And I recorded that today on the same day that I'm doing your reading. So, yeah, like this topic seems to be floating around today, but it's also floating around for your energy, if that makes sense. So, maybe you want to go and watch that Tell Me Anything reading. It's going to be called The Crow. Um, and yeah, I don't know, the greatest. It's like having the greatest time, having the greatest life, having the greatest period of your life, going out and maybe going on vacation and having a lot of fun. And it's like, I feel that this is drawing to a close. And I feel like also I can't sustain this any longer. I can't sustain this lifestyle, perhaps. Recognizing that whatever you've been doing, it is leading to burnout, right? It is exhausting you. Your body can't cope with it. Um, I've been talking about this a little bit in the week during the week. It came out in the Tell Me Anything reading as like I'm 40 now, so it's like accepting, my body is not the body of a 16-year-old. It's not going to be able to do a lot of the things that a 16-year-old body can do. In the later periods of your life, you do start to slow down. You do take things easier. Retirement age. You want to put your feet up. You want to enjoy it. So yeah, have a good work-life balance and make sure you take the time to enjoy the things that you need to enjoy. So this set of readings, Pisces, just to kind of like give you the overview, we've got this guy here. I'm doing a 12-step program and you are step 12 of this set of readings. You can watch all the readings, you can pick and choose. I definitely recommend checking out your moon, your Mercury, your Venus, your Mars, and your Lilith placements. So depending on what you want from this set of readings. So we're talking about healing from the inside. We're not trying to heal the world, make it a better place for you and me and the entire human race. Before we can do that, we have to heal ourselves, right? We have to put the gas mask on ourselves first. So what do we need to do to really lighten our soul, really like cleanse our soul to make it the highest version of ourselves that we can possibly be? So if you don't believe in souls, your vibe, your higher self, whatever you want to call it. So healing from within and as a separate entity from your environment or external factors. The funny thing is, Pisces, so yeah, this guy's here. Whatever you make of it, it's absolutely fine. It's an energy at the end of the day. Whatever name you put on that energy, absolutely fine. Everybody's welcome. So the funny thing that happened, I have just used this deck for Aquarius, and I like to check that I'm using the right deck because sometimes it's not just the card and the meaning of that specific card in the tarot that talks to me. Sometimes the images can tell a story as well. So I like to make sure I'm using the right deck so that the right message can come through using both the meaning of the card and the images. I like to give my guides the opportunity to speak in that way. And I was like, maybe I feel like a change. Maybe this isn't the deck for me. And I was starting to think, what deck should I use? I was kind of thinking the Mermaid Tarot. And as I was continuing to shuffle to get ready to put them away, the Page of Cups flipped out, which is one of your cards in the tarot. It's like, no, Pisces. And I was like, okay. And I finished shuffling like the deck that I'd like the round of shuffling that I'd kind of started to do, and then the moon popped out like that, which is also your card in the tarot. So two of your cards, it was like, no, Pisces is here. Pisces is in this deck. We can communicate the message through this deck. It's fine. Use this deck. So it's just so funny. Like, I love the way the cards talk like that. I'm getting a weird feeling here. Sometimes it's like, again, I don't know if somebody's in hospital, but it's like, when they put on the things on your fingers to kind of track your pulse, or like you've got your maybe stuck in a drawer or something. I'm getting like a boop on that finger, which could be relevant to somebody. It feels, my hand doesn't feel right. My hand feels like it's not my hand. It's a strange feeling. It sometimes comes through on my left hand. So just throwing it out there. So yeah, the decision I was making, do I use this deck or not? It was like, yeah, use this deck. There's messages in here for Pisces. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to try and be a bit less scattered. I have got a trusty herbal tea next to me to get through this reading, because it's my third reading and there's been quite long readings today. So I'm just going to take a second to ground. 1 second. Okay, so I am tuned back in. I was getting, as I was kind of doing it and just resetting, I was getting this feeling of like, you know, like when people have rosary, not rosemary, rosary beads, when they count the beads, right? So I had that kind of feeling. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be rosary beads as in terms of like, you know, the religious element. It could also just be, you know, like a self-soothing behavior that somebody does. For me, just at being a fiddler, I fiddle, right? I put this on the other day. I've got some, like my mum bought me one of these, and this was hers. She also had one. And I had it on the other day, and I was like, I go like this with the beads. So again, similar to kind of like counting rosary. Maybe somebody's called rosemary, maybe somebody's called rose, maybe that's why they're trying to get me to say the wrong word, but like you know, like counting the beads. So it could be it makes me think of children with like autism or ADHD as well, where they have the fidgets, so it's like just something for them to play with, and it helps them concentrate in class. I know some children I used to work with in school would have these kind of things. So yeah, like some kind of like calming, like a calming behavior, maybe a little bit of like OCD or something as well that somebody could possibly have. So just picking up on that for somebody. It doesn't have to be for everybody, but it may be helpful. It may be helpful for somebody to have something like that, you know, to calm themselves if they get stressed. Maybe if like one was a different color, and they you know, if somebody was having an anxiety attack, for example, like, you know, if there was a specific bead that you started with, say one was like black, and then you could go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and like count all the way around back to that original bead. And just the process of doing something methodical can actually help to calm some people down, not everybody. Just throwing that out there as a tip that somebody may find that helpful. I know as well, like sometimes people wear like to stop bad behavior, sometimes people put an elastic band around the wrist, right? And they it's like if they have a bad thought, they'll ping the elastic band. So it's like when you're trying to give up smoking, for example. I know people do it. So let me just put a hair bubble on my wrist so I can show you what I mean. So it's like you can wear, I mean, this isn't going to hurt me, it's dead soft, but like, and it's not meant to like really hurt you, it's just meant to be like a quick sting, right? So I know that this is something people do where, you know, if they're trying to give up smoking, when they think about having a cigarette, they do something like that and it hurts them. So then instead of associating cigarettes with pleasure, they associate it with pain and not wanting it. There may be some kind of pleasure pain thing going on for some of you that needs healing as well. Okay. Ow. Right, let's go. So what needs healing with Pisces, please? Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. I'm getting Madonna. There's a certain satisfaction in a little bit of pain. I can see you understand. I see that you're the same. We only hurt the ones I love. Give it up. Do as I say. Give it up and let me have my way. What is it? I like to put you in a trance all over. Erotica by Madonna. Pisces. It would be, wouldn't it? Got a running joke with my Pisces friends that I always get like lewd stuff or like dirty thoughts in Pisces readings, but I blame Pisces. I'm like, it's not my fault. It's your energy. It's like, no, it's you. Okay. What needs healing, please, for Pisces? Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Spicy Pisces, spicy Pisces. What needs healing for Pisces? Whoa. Now they're giving me Rescue Me by Madonna as well. I'm getting a lot of Madonna, so I don't know if it's just because there is a religious edge to the reading that they may just be giving me the name Madonna, like the Madonna. Just, I'm throwing that out there. So you've got 2 angels and victory. Okay. So you are healing Archangel Ariel, 2nd chakra, Angel of Love and Victory. I had a little touch of this in Aquarius's reading. As I'd closed out the reading and I was looking at the cards, they had like the Lovers here and Love here. So with it being the second chakra, this is kind of like a chakra to do with like passion, I believe, or confidence. It's kind of like sex and love, or seeing them as opposite things. So there may definitely be something going on with your relationship to love and your relationship to sex, and whether or not they are compatible or whether they are opposed. But I want to say with the two angels here, there is definitely something being healed within you in relation to those things. Could be your sexual confidence or your confidence in love as well. And then Victory. So I heard conquests. Be careful of that. Don't think that's necessarily your energy, because you tend to be a little bit more of a passive energy. So maybe it's something to do with like not allowing yourself to be someone's arm candy, or not allowing yourself to be someone's conquest. All right, let's just read from the book, because I am not actually 100% sure what's coming through here. And I'll be honest with you, if I'm like, what are they talking about? I am getting nothing intuitively. I'm just going to be like that. Sometimes, like in Aquarius's reading, I could not stop talking. Like I had so much to say intuitively. Like it was just like download in Aquarius's reading, where you're a little bit more quiet, which is interesting because we saw the moon as well, which can be secret. Someone could have Pisces moon. So that is a very sexy energy. Pisces moon, that placement is like intuition to the max. That's an interesting placement. Right, let's read Intimacy and Creativity. The second chakra vibrates in the energy of the beautiful angel Ariel. She sends a bright orange energy, promoting inspired creativity and greater comfort with intimacy. When this card appears upright, it's urging you to get creative. Some of you are getting creative in your love life or in the bedroom, right? And let yourself reach out into unexplored areas of self-expression and new projects that may have a more creative approach. I'm taking it lewd, but it could just be like creativity, right? It's because the Angel of Love is also here. But you could love what you do, right? If you did art, for example, which has been coming out a bit, you could love being a painter. So... and you could have to develop confidence in being a painter. It doesn't have to be lewd. It's just my brain. It's not you, it's me, Pisces. Let yourself reach out into unexplored areas, if I can take it so seriously, of self-expression and new projects that may have a more creative approach. This is also a time when the energies of closeness with others and nurturing yourself can flow more freely. You can now open yourself to the emotional intimacy that may be coming your way. So nurture yourself and be ready to receive the affection and camaraderie of the resonant souls around you. Be ready to receive. Capricorn, I think it was Capricorn. Yeah, Capricorn has something like this where it's like, you're not alone. And it was such a reassuring reading. I was like, I feel so like touched by this reading. And it was like, you're not alone. And it was really emphasizing like you are safe. There are people who love you. And it was such a beautiful reading. And I feel like a touch of that here as well. So affirmation, my second chakra is open to its perfectly healthy state. I am creative and self-nurturing and more comfortable with the gentle waves of intimacy, not infamousy, intimacy coming my way. Okay, let's get a card on that. So this is, I feel like it's already healing. You're healing. Look, the Lover's card again on the bottom. I think you're healing. It could be like sexual healing. I remember that coming out once in connection with this card. I was like, that's so blasphemous, but also like, I'm here for it. Temperance. Yeah, you are balancing something. You're being patient. You're taking your time. There's alchemy happening here. There's a change. There's a transformation. There's something that is almost like acclimatizing within you. Do you notice she's holding the sun there in her hand? The sun is a symbolism of divine masculine energy. So this could be talking about your own inner divine masculine, right? The yang to your yin, or whichever way around it is, really coming forward here in terms of like self-empowerment. Self-empowerment, finding your voice, standing up for yourself, taking leadership or ownership of your own life and your own needs, right? So this is creativity. It's like So I feel like you're expressing something, expressing some sort of desire or need, or like self-actualization, like coming out. But with the moon here, the moon is up to something. I mean, the moon is the feminine, right? The moon is the divine feminine. And again, somebody may have Pisces moon, which again, very interesting. I would love to Google that, but I'm on my phone, and my other phone is actually charging now from the previous reading, so I can't Google it right now. But like maybe look up Pisces moon, because that is like that's like Neptune and the moon combined. That is like fantasies, like dream space, like imagination, creativity, like very, it's coming through very sexy, but that's just me. That's just my vibe. Okay, and another angel. Look at all these angels. Like if you, again, going back to Capricorn's reading, if you thought you were alone, and you can be in a crowd of people, you can be in, you can have a massive family, you can be in a household with like loads of people in it. Like you can have a lot of friends, but you can still feel alone. You can still feel disconnected. You can still feel like, you know, maybe people understand you to a certain extent, but that kind of like deep, like soul level understanding, you could feel very misunderstood, and very disconnected and alone in that. But I want to say, like, with three angels coming out in your reading, it's like you are surrounded by, like, it could be your own higher self, right? Your own intuition protecting you. You know, your spirit guides, your ancestors who have passed over, people who are living, who are like earth angels. It's like there are these protective wings that are around you. Again, I had that crow dream, so you can go and watch the crow reading if you like. And it was like this energy, it came in behind me. It was like this big presence behind me. So it was like a full-sized crow. Like you imagine like this is actually an animal behind her. Like a full-sized crow came in behind me, gripped me by like my back and shoulders, not in a painful way, but I could feel the tightness of the grip. Like it was all like secure. It was like you're not going anywhere, like a secure grip. And it lifted me and it took me from one place to another place. So it was like your angels, your spirit guides, like these creatures from the ethers coming in, as these kind of like guardian spirits and protecting you and transporting you. It was a very cool dream, like good feelings from it. So again, with like the wings behind them, it's like, I feel like somebody got you were the wind beneath my wings. Was it Cancer? Like this supportive, like you lift me up so I can walk on mountains. It's like literally I was lifted up by this crow in this dream. And they've all got something in their hands, right? They're all holding these like orb-like figures, your soul. So it could be like the protectors, because Capricorns have this thing about like the guardian of the soul. So like I always symbolize like the soul as being like a jewel, like a gem, and like the facets of your own experiences, like the facets of your experience, and then you shine your light through it, and like you, like there's a perception field there, right? It's like you shine different colors because of your different experiences. So your soul is like a unique fingerprint. And then all these images have this, it's so funny that they wanted to use this deck as well. It's like all these images so far have this like guardian angel, like soul protector spirit, like cupping your soul in the hands. It's like you are, and they are all different, right? They are all different, they are all unique. So like your own personal Jesus, right? That's like Depeche mode, is that how you pronounce that? So your own personal Jesus. And alchemy, like the alchemy of the soul. Getting a bit of a headache now. That could be something for somebody. I'm actually going to pause and drink some of my tea. That might help. Okay, so let's read Angel of Love. Just to say as well, because there is a bit of a spillover from Aquarius, as there always is in your readings. I don't know, again, somebody could be on the cusp there. Sorry, with that Lovers card and stuff. They also had love in their reading. So I feel like love is like, as well, like this is unconditional love. Like this energy for me, this specific energy, whatever name you want to put on it, you know, whatever story you want to give to it, like the core feeling, that kind of Page of Cups, boil it down to its basic element. Like what is it? What is its essence? When I connect to that energy, like, or this is a visual representation of the energy that I connect to, that is unconditional love, and you feel it in your soul, right? So it's like Yeah, and Pisces, you are a sign about unconditional love. Again, depending on all your different placements, but Pisces energy at its essence is like everybody deserves love. Like, I will love the underdog. I will play devil's advocate. I will put rose tinted glasses on this bitch until like I make it ascend, right? It's like it's that kind of like compassionate nature that has love for everybody no matter what, right? And some of you are like, no, there's definitely people who do not deserve my love. Brilliant. Pisces, yes, if you're at that point, that is really healthy for you, because you can give too much of yourself, right? And having that kind of like Queen of Swords like boundaries is very, very healthy for Pisces energy. But the ability, right? The ability to love unconditionally. You know, for example, if your children, you know, it's like they could be tearing up the town, and you can be, again, shout out to my friend, because I know like we've had these conversations where it's like, you know, like when you love somebody, when you have that unconditional love, they will do no wrong. Like, they are fine. They are not the one to blame here. Like, they are not the one to blame, right? It's like they're a victim of circumstance, you know. So I don't know, like it's very Pisces to have that kind of like overflowing unconditional love. You know, it can get taken advantage of, which is why that Queen of Swords energy is really, really good. But like, love as a healing filter, love as a healing filter, I'm hearing. Like the love light. I'm getting Robbie Williams songs. That's 2 Robbie Williams songs now, because I had Misunderstood and Love Light. Like letting your love light shine, letting your love like blaze away any negativity. It's like, you know, how do you defeat evil? How do you defeat the darkness? There's like only one energy that's like, it's just more powerful. It's more powerful. If you look at like people who, you know, they can be terrified of something, they can be like a really like facing their biggest fear because someone they love is in trouble. It's like, you know, people who like who do these amazing feats of strength where like there's a car on top of their child and they'll run over and they'll lift the car, and it's like, how did you lift that car? It's like you had the strength of an ant. You know, like ants are really, really strong. It's like, I don't know, it's just like the adrenaline. Like, I had to save that person I loved. So love trumps fear, love trumps everything else, right? It's like the best, most powerful energy. Love conquers all. Give me don't know the words, but I can get the tune. Give me a second. It's Maid Marian. Love goes on and on. It's from Robin Hood. This beautiful angel comes with roses in her hair and rose-colored wings. She holds a rose quartz heart, radiating tender and loving vibrations, bringing you compassion and affection. Let's get some rose quartz in here, right? Let's get some rose quartz. That seems like a good plan. And I've got a thingy heart. There we go. If you're looking for new love, this angel brings a message of its upcoming approach. Or if you're longing for a deeper, more intimate connection with somebody already in your life, she's here to say that far greater tenderness is available to you. Either way, remember that your first intention for tenderness must be directed inwards, and the compassion that you demonstrate towards yourself will influence the energetic potential of these events in a significant way. The angel of love is smiling on you and forging connections in the energetic realm. That forging connections reminds me of the heart that I had in the Tell Me Anything reading. And it was like the angel of balance was like healing the heart. It was like healing the center ground, like the tissue, like reconnecting the tissue. Kind of what it makes me think of. I'm getting quite a lot of downloads now after saying I wasn't getting any downloads, and I was like download crazy. I love and value myself without limitation or condition. Tender loving treatment comes to me in wonderful and unexpected ways. So what was I getting? And now it's gone again. Perfume could be significant. I'm getting the urge to put on some perfume, so that's probably a message for somebody. don't know, it's gone. There was another message, but it's gone. It'll come back. If it's important, if it needs to be said, it'll just come back out. It'll come out another way. 36 and 49 could be significant numbers for you, as could 28, King of Pentacles. So this is a really nice card, actually. It's very, very nurturing. I think it came out at the end of Libra's reading. The King of Pentacles. And I love this. This is probably one of my favorite King of Pentacles because he looks so chill. He's like such a hippie. It gives me like, you know, like computer game developer kind of, you know, made the money, like, you know, like Google, they say about like the Google offices, everybody's just there like sat on bean bags and like playing hacky sack. It's like, you know, that kind of vibe to it. But it's like the King of Pentacles, very skilled, really knowledgeable, very hands-on, very practical. You know, this is somebody who's has a lot of wealth. And this can be like the wealth of knowledge as well. It doesn't have to be money. It's normally money, like good, like tangible stuff, like good stuff. And they can, but they've done it through like hard work. They've done it through being hands-on. It's kind of like a really old-fashioned version of this would be like the farmer, you know, like in sort of like Greek times, the people who owned a lot of land would be quite rich. If you think of like Agamemnon, probably a bad character to pick. He wasn't the best, but you know, that kind of like telling me horses as well. I don't know, horses have been coming through a lot. I don't know if somebody owns land with horses on it or like a ranch or something. But like if you had enough land that you could have horses, that was like a huge symbol of wealth. But at the same time, like tending the soil, planting the fields, the more land you had, the more you could plant, and the more crops you'd have, the more money you'd make. You could buy more land. You know, it's that is very King of Pentacles energy. It's really coming through strong with Agamemnon. I don't know what that is, so that could mean something to somebody. Sorry, they're trying to give me something with that. Or they're showing me Assassin's Creed as well, you know, like the Greek one. No, I'm not getting anything else from it. Right. So, yeah, so it is a very nurturing energy. He provides a safe, stable environment. Like, this is somebody who puts food on the table. They've probably got a big, solid oak table. It's probably got a lot of food on it. It's good quality food. It's that kind of energy. Like, if this person is around you, you feel safe in their hands. You feel secure. Like, they may not say, like, the kind of love that this person shows. Again, maybe this is talking about somebody's Venus placement. Somebody may have, like, Venus Capricorn or Venus Taurus or something like this. Venus Virgo. But it's like, the way that this person shows love, the way earth signs show love, it tends to be very practical, very it's like they might not tell you that they love you, but they go and pick up your prescription, you know, or, you know, they don't tell you that they love you, but they bring you your favorite brand of cookies. You know, it's like they remember the details. They show their love in practical ways. Like through security, through feeling safe, through having that, you know, the basic of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So it's a very nurturing, stable kind of love. You got that groovy kind of love. It's such a hippie. Okay. So I don't know if that's you in one of your placements, especially Venus. Double Taurus there as well. Because this is Venus energy, which Venus rules Libra and Taurus. This is Taurus. Somebody may have a dog, maybe have a husky. Okay, victory. So you're healing something within you, something to do with success, perhaps with the King of Pentacles. I feel like this came through originally for the first Tell Me Anything reading that I did before Aries. You know, it had this vibe to it. I mean, this feels good. This feels like you've done healing, right? You've done healing. If you don't have it, you are at least aware of what you need. Like, you need the security. You need perhaps to settle down. You need to slow down. I'm getting this like Vienna waits for you, especially with Temperance and the King of Pentacles. It is quite a slow moving, very patient energy. It's very fatherly. Like, good father, right? Okay, victory. Success and achievement. This card shows a beautiful spirit holding a golden victory wreath in acknowledgement of your achievement. Success is on its way and you have a sense of pride in what you've worked to accomplish, King of Pentacles. The achievement may be a great outer success, or it may be a deep inner change, and we are asking about the inner, that you've been exerting a lot of effort towards. Enjoy this sense of accomplishment, but be careful not to rest upon your laurels. People expect outer triumph to bring great changes, but often there may still be inner work to do. Let yourself be open to victory on every level now. So this could be like a bit of imposter syndrome coming up. That's something I struggle with. It's like, what, you want to pay me? I work for free. It's like, stop being an idiot, value your time. Like, I don't earn money from these readings, and like, how much time and energy do I put into doing them, like for like 4 views? Like, I don't know. That's short, like short. That's my Lilith. Leave my Lilith alone. I'm achieving great things with myself and in the world. I see myself as a success in many wonderful ways, even now. And it makes me feel successful. I like doing these readings. I feel like I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing. It's fine. It's fine. Don't cry for me. Argentina. Another Madonna song keep coming out this week. Victory, victory, and victory. Oh my God, you cannot make it up. Look, literally, like laurel wreath. This could definitely be something to do with Greece as well. Maybe somebody's in like the Olympics or something. I don't know. Like an Olympic show jumping. Is that a thing? Is that even a thing? One of you an Olympic show jumper? Let me know in the comments. I know what I was going to show you. There you go. I told you they would remind me in a different way. If you, I'm going to say it now while I'm remembering, so sorry to like jump into stuff. Oh, it's the sacral chakra as well. Is that the sacral chakra? Did I say that was the, right, I need to check. Hold on. Okay, so I was trying to find something with the brand. So I showed you the bracelet. I've got 2 on now. I'll explain why in a second. I was going to say it's a Aquila rose. I can't think how to spell it exactly, but I'll try and remember to put it in the description box below. So if you wanted one of these with like perhaps quartz and amethyst, or some of the stones that I'm going to talk about in a second, or whatever it means something to you, Aquila rose on Etsy, I think it is. That's where I got it from, just in case anyone wanted one. My mum bought it for me one Christmas, and it was when I was going through my dark night of the soul, and I was like, oh my goodness, I am having the biggest wobble of my life. Like, what is happening? Like my ascension dark night of the soul. And I was really going through stuff, and a lot of it was really internalized. Like, I wasn't necessarily talking about everything that I was experiencing and going through at that time. You know, I was just like dealing with it. I was like, oh my goodness, what is this huge? It was like a soul upheaval is how it felt. And she'd bought me this, and it's sunstone and quartz. So as I was trying to get something just to the side of me here, I've got like a little bit of stuff about crystals, and these are with it. So these came with the bracelet, and so I just pulled one out, and it was sacral chakra, which I think is the second chakra, which is this one up here. So if you have healing work to do on your second chakra, sunstone could be a really, really good crystal for you. So this one that my mum gave me, it's sunstone and clay quartz, which is crown chakra. But this is the one that I pulled out, and like, look at all the orange. Look at all the orange, like the pinky orange colors, which is exactly the color of sunstone. So where is my sunstone? There. Like, so gorgeous. So I'm going to read this to you. So if you need stuff to do with, because this is like confidence, and this is like reward and recognition. So like love for the self, like the confidence from within, you know, like not trying to please other people, but understanding that you, like, success comes from within. The feeling like you could have everybody cheering you on, right? But like nothing really matters. Another Madonna song. You've had like 5 Madonna songs now. Like nothing really matters. Like they are insignificant. Like they kind of like transparent compared to the figure on the stage, because this is you, right? So it's like, it doesn't matter. You could have the world cheering you on, but if you don't have internalized success, if you don't have that inner confidence, that inner sense of like, I'm doing the right thing. And exactly, you know, I'm saying, like, sometimes my views get like 4 views and I'm like, spent an hour doing that video and then an hour uploading it, like really 4 views. But at the end of the day, if that one video gets to the one person that needed to hear it, and if like one person gets one thing out of it that makes them have some kind of like, oh my God, yes, like I'm going to take that on board, then it was worth it, right? So like internalized success. So yeah. So sunstone could be really good. Rose quartz, sunstone, absolutely recommending it for you in this reading. So you don't have to get it from that site, wherever you want to get it from, right? And maybe you already have some. Sunstone is a joyful, light-inspiring stone. It instills good nature and heightens intuition. If life has lost its sweetness, Sunstone will help to restore it and help you nurture yourself. Clearing all the chakras and bringing in light energy, this stone allows the real self to shine through happily. And you get success when you're authentic, right? You can't have the success if you're being inauthentic, because it's inauthentic success. So again, you could have the world cheering you on, but if you're playing a role or pretending to be something you're not, they're not really cheering you on at all, right? They're cheering on the mask that you're wearing. So yeah, like, it's not real recognition if you're being false. If you're being deceptive, then they don't really love you, and therefore, what does that do to your confidence? You have to be authentic and even if it's 4 people, like, if those 4 people love you who you are, your mom, your dad, your sister, and hopefully some kind of soulmate, right? Some kind of lover that you can connect with. Like, if that's all you need, it doesn't have to be those specific people, but you know what I'm saying? It's like your best friend, your mom, your best friend, your grandma, whoever. Like, if you have like a handful of people who love you for who you truly authentically are, like complete masks off, and one of those people should be yourself, right? The 5th person should be you should love yourself, then that's really all you need to be satisfied. Sunstone facilitates self-empowerment, which Pisces, yes, we're into it. Independence, vitality, and increases self-worth and confidence. Stimulating self-healing powers. Sunstone acts as an antidepressant and lifts dark moods. It dissipates fearfulness, alleviates stress, and encourages optimism and enthusiasm. It switches to a positive take on events. And I swear to God, I opened this and like read these little cards. I'll just show you that one in case you want to have a read of that yourself. You could just maybe pause it and read it. That's clear quartz, which is here. Yeah, I was reading them and I was like, it was exactly what I needed at that moment when I was really struggling. It was Christmas. Like, why did I have a dark night of the soul over Christmas? And yeah, it was awful. And like, I read that, my mum gave me that gift, and it's quite a simple gift, and it was exactly what I needed in that moment. And I was so grateful, and I was crying, and feels. And then I posted a picture of a Bette t-shirt on Twitter, because that's what I'm like. Right, okay. So what does Pisces need to do? Growth. Have that growth. And letting go. This, again, letting go came out in the in that crow reading. Right, toadstools. So let go of whatever you need to let go of. Don't do the Cancer thing of like holding on to the past and like every mistake you've ever made and like never letting it go. Just let it go. Right, take the lesson, let it go. Where's the book for this? Hello? I've hidden it from myself. Maybe I'm not meant to read it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Toadstools and growth. They're showing me Toadstool from Mario. It's a character from the computer game Mario, right? Or Super Mario Brothers. Though the forest floor looks sedate, beneath the surface a kind of attachment is occurring as the mushrooms grow and wait. Sorry, Venus placement, possibly. Sorry, what I'm trying to say, because I'm getting interrupted mid-sentence, is somebody could have, I was talking about someone having a Taurus Venus placement, somebody could have a Pisces Venus placement. Sorry, I'm completely distracted. Through the forest, though the forest, I wish they would give me messages before I start reading or after I read, right? Mid-sentence. Though the forest floor looks sedate, beneath its surface a kind of enchantment is occurring as the mushrooms grow and wait. Then when the conditions are right, there is an explosion of toadstools throughout the world. This happens so fast it seems magical, yet preparations have long been occurring out of eyesight. The fairies and elves rejoice and even dance in the fairy rings. Things have been incubating, that incubation energy again. Things have been incubating beneath the surface. Things that have been incubating beneath the surface are going to be coming to fruition. Get clear on your goals and dreams because rapid growth is ahead. Be ready for these projects to come to fruition. For these projects to come to fruition, you must first be starkly honest about what you want. Ask yourself, is this what I really want? Believe in miracles. Also, in the time ahead, you might discover a spiritual guru or step into a new spiritual path. You might find that you are providing expansive spiritual growth for others simply by being who you are. Again, authenticity. Make sure that your foundations are in place. Again, going back to that tell me anything reading, the crow reading, because once this growth begins, you will be in the journey of a lifetime. As well, I believe I talk about it in the Leo reading, this vision that I had where it was like the whole forest getting up, like the whole, like trees literally coming to life and pulling their roots out, and it's like I was in this forest and like I was in the earth and like the whole earth was like shaking away. Just with toadstools and growth and the stuff happening below the forest floor, it feels like that's something. Make sure your foundations are in place, because once this growth begins, you will be in for the journey of a lifetime. Fungi are ancient and were the first, sorry, fungus, mushroom jokes. Fungi are ancient and were the first organisms to leave the water and initiate life on Earth. I didn't know that. 1.3 billion years ago. In the forest, their interconnected filament-like roots provide rich, protein-rich food and life for the entire forest. This seemingly humble ancestor to the toadstool is so essential that none of our native conifers would survive without the life-giving qualities of their roots. Their ability to grow and survive throughout all time speaks of your ability to grow and thrive no matter what life brings. So that whole expanded vision, I don't want to go into right now because it was long and I've talked about it in other readings, but being in this forest, and the vision originally started with me sat in the middle of a spider web. And then because it ended up in the root system of trees, obviously like the root systems are all connected, and it's actually mycelium, which is like a mushroom thing, science terms, which, you know, speaks to the forest. Oh my God, right, I remember, and I think it was Capricorn like 2 weeks back, like not the last reading but the one before, and they had this whole Fern Gully thing. If you know the film Fern Gully, the bad guy is like this, he's like made out of like pollution and smog. He's got a brilliant song, he's got the best song in the movie, just saying. But it's mycelium and mushrooms, they have this ability to take toxins out of soil. They absorb the toxin and they can make land that was infertile fertile again. A big fan of mushrooms, guys. It's my boss's fault, she got me onto this. So there's this, if you do TED Talk, how mushrooms will save the world, there's like, it's a whole rabbit hole you can go down. So take away the kind of like psychedelic aspect of that. Never done that, right? But mushrooms are so clever. Like, people talk about aliens, I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's mushrooms controlling us, like interconnecting all our minds. My conspiracy theories, my tinfoil hat thing, guys, just listen, let it go, let it flow, it's fine. It's just the mushrooms. Like, you know that meme where it's like, I'm not saying it was the aliens, but it was the aliens. I'm like, I'm not saying it was the mushrooms, but it was the mushrooms. There's like as well, like I was even reading the other day, like they are amazing. Like, get the right mushroom and it's like it will save the day. It's not save the cheerleader, save the world, it's save the mushroom, save the world. I'm talking all sorts of daft memes now, hang on. So I was reading something the other day, it was like a Times article about what food you should eat, like the best foods to kind of slow down aging or prevent aging or reverse aging. And even like mushrooms, white button mushrooms was like a massive one, and I was like, I love mushrooms, I need to eat more mushrooms because I feel my age right now. So I don't know, something for somebody, right? And I swear as well, I swear I had my spiritual awakening when I was eating like normal supermarket mushrooms. I was like, the mushrooms have done something to me, oh my God. The spirit of the toadstool says, beneath the surface of your life, miraculous changes are occurring. Something that you thought was ordinary is, in fact, remarkable. You are in for a time of rapid spiritual and material growth. Get ready and hang on for the ride. And the spirit guardian of autumn. I feel like I've read this one a few times. I can't be bothered now. Red, orange, yellow, and brown leaves flurry around you. I had this whole thing in the crow reading where I was like, I'm a tree. And this is the card for it. Red, orange, yellow, and brown leaves flurry around you in a warm autumn wind. A small zephyr creates an upward spiral of leaves. I'm getting Madonna again, zephyr in the sky at night. There's something about either Madonna, the Madonna, or Madonna, the singer, or I don't know. She keeps coming out. Directed by air spirit in a dance of colour and light. In the great circle of life, the trees lose their leaves in the fall so that new growth can occur in the spring. It's part of the natural life cycle. Surrender, all is well. You don't have to do it alone. The Creator is at your side. Letting go can heal the need to be in control, the stress of unfulfilled expectations, the anguish of needing to decide how things should be, and the tension of wanting others to act in a particular way. These things lead to unhappiness. Letting go opens the space for relaxation, healing, and success. Of course, there are times to hold on as if your life depended on it, but now is the time to surrender. You aren't succumbing to the forces outside of yourself. Instead, you are opening to the inner guidance and to your soul. When you let go, I'm getting let go, let go. What is it? There's beauty in the breakdown. When you let go, the creative forces of the universe can flow through you. Earth-based cultures recognize the four power points of the year, the spring and fall equinoxes and the summer and winter solstices, had profound spiritual meaning. To these indigenous people, autumn was the time of things slowing down. It was the time of change, reflection, harvest, and preparation for the next season. The spirit guardian of autumn says, relinquish control and let spirit take over. You don't need to do everything yourself. Release whatever in life doesn't serve you. Clutter clear your life, simply open your heart, let go, and allow spirit to help and support you. So nice. Right, like, stop trying so hard. It's fine. It's fine. Let go. It's like, you know that thing about when you think you know what's good for you and you're trying to get it and you're trying really hard to get that thing, and it's like no matter what you do, Aquarius had a bit of this, like no matter what you do, like you keep failing, or like the goalposts keep moving, or like it's like applying for a job that you really want, but you know they never like take you on. And you think, why is spirit keeping me here? Why am I going for this thing so hard? And yet, like, no matter what I do, I can't have it. It's like, because the universe knows the best way for you to have this thing. And yes, you might be right that, you know, you may be seeing the signs that thing may be for you, but you may be trying too hard. And because you're trying so hard down one direction, you could be ignoring other directions, or, you know, you could be actually almost creating knots. I'm seeing knots in like spirit's plan. So it's like, let go, like give it to the universe, give it to God, give it to sweet baby Jesus from from Talladega Nights. Sorry, I don't mean to be offensive. I find everything funny. I'm sorry. I'm like, I don't attend offense. It's just funny to me. So it's like, yeah, just hand it over to God, hand it over to spirit. Like, if you're bothered, that's you being bothered, right? I have a direct line, and my direct line says I'm fine. Like, my spirit guides are right funny as fuck, so it's fine. Like, having a sense of humor is a healthy and good thing to have. Okay. If you're triggered, you have some growth to do. Go away. Think, why am I triggered by that random person on the internet who talks a load of BS? Okay, and there's probably something in you that needs healing. So, okay, water off a duck's back over here. So, let the universe do it. Give it to God, right? They're going to sort it out for you. It's like, chill out. Like this King of Pentacles, like he's like super wealthy. He's got it all going on. He's got all the comfort he needs and the security he needs. Doesn't have to try for it. He trusts that, you know, the universe will provide what he needs. So growth for Pisces. Independence. Something about being more independent. Financially independent. And again, she's giving it to the white owl, right? Or the white hawk. Like, give it to God, hand it over to spirit. Like, spirit will make your garden grow. And like, yes, you might have to do some work. Or like I think if you sit there and you don't do anything, your garden's probably going to be full of weeds like mine. Like, but don't push so hard that you become like a dog with a bone with it, right? It's like, do what needs to be done, but do it in a chill way. Do it in a Vienna waits for you kind of way. Spirit guardian of autumn, let go. So this was hiding. That's the party time. Knight of Wands. So do what you're passionate about. Do more of what makes you passionate. Do more of what makes you happy. Do more of what makes you feel free, and like do more of what makes you laugh, right? Do more of the good stuff. And trust your intuition. Trust that inner guidance. Again, especially if you have Pisces moon, because that is like mega intuitive. Like, I do feel like you're receiving like downloads. And again, it's like, somebody had this thing, again, it could be Capricorn. Somebody had this thing about the head being covered, or was it Scorpio? It might have been Scorpio. Somebody had this thing about the head being covered, like almost like I was making jokes about tinfoil hats, right? Or colander hats. I made a colander hat at work once. It's like, don't let them hear us talking. Put the colander hat on. So yeah, like covering up your head, wearing the tinfoil hat, being like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see the messages. I don't want spirit to be my guide. I'm going to be here part of like the tangible, practical reality. Like, I'm not into this hocus pocus. But then it's like when you, in the quiet moments, when you're dreaming, you know, your third eye opens up, you know, you are connected to spirit. It's like the crown chakra can open up. It's funny that the other one of those was crown chakra, right? Clear quartz. You, in the quiet moments, so when you're not trying so hard, when you're not so distracted by tangible things, you know, when you're having a long hot bath and you're like, or you're just sat there looking out the window having a brew and your mind wanders, or you know, when you first wake up in the morning or when you're first falling asleep, that's when you're connected to your higher self, or like the spiritual messages that are trying to come in, right? You are getting intuition, you are getting insight. And I think what the insight is saying is that things grow when you have fun doing it. If it's difficult, if it's hard work, if it makes you feel, I don't know if I've got a bit of ADHD, but I swear, like, tidying, just cleaning is so, like, I know, like, some people get really into it, some people enjoy it, but for me, it's like cleaning is so mind-numbingly boring. Like, it's so monotonous, it's so practical that I've got a Gemini moon, right? It won't, my brain will not shut up. So if I'm doing something like boring, my brain will go off on a wild adventure. My brain is like left the building. Elvis has left the building, you know? It's like, and then it's like it won't shut up, and then I'm getting intuitive messages, and then it's like I can't focus on the task that I'm meant to be doing because I'm off somewhere in my own brain. Like, spirit has taken my brain. It's like, this is me trying to do something practical, handing spirit my brain, and the spirit takes my brain and we go off on an adventure. Like, we're here, right? We're over here. And like the stuff that I'm meant to be doing is not getting done because it was too boring. So I don't know. I don't know what all that means. Advice for me. I need advice. I need help. Want somebody to tell me what to eat, what to wear, what to think, tell me when to get up in the morning, tell me which bands to like. Sorry, I like my Fleabag impression. Feeling very scatty now. Advice for Pisces. Oh god, I'm not going to read all these. Take a leap of faith. She's got the crown on. Take a leap of faith. Be generous of spirit. Definitely Leo. I'm getting Leo vibes in your reading a lot. Dream the world into being. Because of like this, this over here is about confidence, right? Dream the world into being. And now is a lucky time. Let's get you specific advice. Like, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. There's beauty in the breakdown. It's fun. Come along with me, right? I know I'm crazy. I know I'm having a midlife crisis. But it's good for me. It's healthy. I'm learning things through it. You should all come and join me over here. We're all mad here. Okay. 7 of Cups. So choices. Also illusion. So this is coming through as a bit of your advice, but the card speaks directly, so take it or leave it. Dreaming at the moon makes me think of Bruno Mars, right? Talking to the moon. Yeah, too high for me. I have so many dreams, so many wishes. I pray at the moon for them to come true. Sometimes reality frightens me. Sometimes I fear that everything I long for is unreachable, that it's only an illusion dissolving into the nightly wind. It's hard for me to see what choice is the best to be made, and what path is right for me to follow. It is also, that was not me stumbling over my words, that was the actual writing has bad grammar. It is also hard for you to see what is real and what is not. Sorry, I'm distracted by that. It's hard for me to see what choice is the best to be made and what path is the right for me to follow. That's what it literally says. That was not me. Right. It is also hard for you to see clearly what is real and what is it also, this is me not being able to speak now. Is it also hard for you to see clearly what is real and what is not? Do you have, like I do, too many options and too many dreams? Then come and sit beside me. Maybe together we can avoid the temptation of daydreaming, and we can find a way to force the visions of our imagination into reality. Dreams, fantasies, illusions, imagination versus reality. Choices to be made fair. I'm sorry, I'm not sitting down with you. I'm not joining you. I'm not. I'm gonna live in my world of illusion and fantasy and moon energy and rose tinted glasses, because the reality is too mundane and too boring and too monotonous for me to actually cope. Like, I would not be able to cope if I didn't have my imagination. Like, I wouldn't. So I'm going to hold on to it, right? But back to the start of the reading, there is alchemy here that can be done. Like, you don't want to live too much in illusion. You know, you don't want to be like Sleeping Beauty, where they're giving me life is but a dream. What's life is but a dream? Life is but a dream. What's life is but a dream? I can't Google it. It's bothering me. Yeah, you have to find the balance. You have to have the temperance. But there's something about because you've got dream the world into being, right? So you're not being asked to not dream. You're being asked to tap into the illusion, tap into the dream, tap into the fantasy. Combine it with practicality. Like, tell the moon, tell spirit what you want, what you're manifesting, what you're dreaming. And I want to say as well, there's something about, like, oh my God, like, I can't tell you exactly, but some of the stuff that I've been getting intuitively has really, really, really showed up. Like, and it tends to do this. I tend to get a load of like little visions or messages or random things. And then I'm like, what does all this mean? What is that? Why am I seeing that? And then all of a sudden it'll be like, wham, it's all here. There you go. That's where it all was. And I'm like, that's what that was. So it tends to be like a film. You like, I'll watch a film and I'll be like, yeah, that's what I manifested. Like, that's what I've been seeing. It doesn't make much sense other than to confirm that I'm actually channeling stuff, because then it's like it shows up. But yeah, it's like it's not a fantasy. It's like you are channeling something. There is something that you're, like, the messages that you're receiving, the things that your intuition is telling you about, it is real. There is rhyme to the, there is reason to the madness. But part of this is bringing it down into this more grounded energy, dream the world into being. And I know I talk about this a lot for you, Pisces, like the actual imagination aspect of Pisces is kind of like a superpower. It is this, it is like the muse, right? It's the muse, the creative, the funnel, the intuit, the oracle that gets the downloads, that taps into that dream potential to the 5D, the 7D, and like brings it down. And like, to you, it's just a dream, right? To you, it's just, this is what I dreamt about. This is what I saw. And then it's like other people, perhaps this energy, other people can take those like, oh, that's what I'm seeing here. I feel like I saw this in a Santara reading as well. It's like you get the download, you get the dream, right? It's like spirit brings you the dream. It's like, here comes spirit bringing you this message, bringing you this seed, this idea to be planted. And then either the more practical aspect of yourself or this other person, it's like you hand it off to them and they make it grow. They plant it. They're like, okay, we'll make this dream a reality. Feels like magician energy. So I feel like you're in this kind of like muse energy. I don't feel like this is you. I feel like this is somebody else, but it could be your own practical side. There's something else that's trying to come through in this reading, and I'm like, I want to get it. I want to get it, and I think it's going to be in this deck as well. So I'm going Enchanted Map. I am going to close out the reading in a second. I know it's an hour long, like flying. Like, again, it's like pigs might fly, but it's like that is such a Piscean energy, because it's like the Page of Cups with the fish in the cup. It's like believe in the impossible, believe in the dream. Like, you can't change the future if you can't imagine what it looks like. Again, going back to this, which has been like my anthem of this week's readings, we accept the reality of the world with which we are presented, right? So it's like being born into a box, being born into, this is what Earth is, this is what life is, this is the tangible reality. But then being able to be like, that's not right. I can see a better version of reality. I can see how we could take this, shake it up. They're showing me like a snow globe shaking, which with the trees and the roots kind of makes sense. Like shake it up, replant it, and like it could be even better. It's like you're telling me this. It's like Belle, you know, Belle in Sleeping Beauty. It's like she's presented with that reality, right? She's presented with that life of being like, you can look pretty and you can marry Gaston and rub his stinky feet after he's been hunting. That's your life, and it's mundane and it kills me. It's like that what's that song where it's like Silent Sigh by Badly Drawn Boy till it eats the heart from your soul, right? The banality of it. So it's like Belle, like she reads these books, right? And it's like her mind goes off on these adventures. The books actually give her a different version of reality, like a different concept. And she just has this feeling of like, there's more out there. There's more out there. I could be bounded in a nutshell, but call myself a king of infinite space because I have an imagination. So she goes out and she like, you know, she has these adventures and she finds this, you know, she finds where she's meant to be. But it's because, you know, even with this Ace of Inspiration, because the aces are like just the idea, just the thought, just the ability to picture yourself in a different place. You know, it's like as well, I do get this a lot for you Pisces. It's like cycles or patterns of behavior within families. It's like mum was an alcoholic because granddad was an alcoholic because great granddad was an alcoholic, you know, or like my granddad smoked so my mum smoked. My mum died of cancer because she smoked. I don't smoke. Hopefully my kids won't smoke. You know, it's like, how do you break the chain? How do you break that cycle? Because my dad gave up smoking when I was 11 and I had a huge amount of respect for him. Again, somebody could be like, you know, giving up smoking or whatever because they don't want the kids to do it, because they see a better future, because they can envision it. Right, we're getting there. We're getting to the thing. We're getting to the bullet point. Oh, look at that Dragon Slayer. Let's have a read of that one. That feels very Pisces, like Pisces, Knight of Cups, the noble knight on his steed, ready for the last battle, like Beowulf or something. It's like, I'm going to be the hero. You are always protected and divinely directed. Again, going back to that Capricorn reading, you are always protected. You know, I was saying it over here with the angel wings. You are like, this feels like, I don't know if there's a Cappy in here or somebody with Cappy placements, because there's a similar thread there. You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. Again, your intuition. Excuse me. You are about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. They show me an old kids TV show from the 80s called, I think it's called Nightmare. They had like the dungeon master, and they put on this, it was like a computer game. It's like going into VR or going into a 3D reality. So like putting on the helmet and like, but you couldn't see anything, and it's like your friends had to direct you through it. It's like one step forward, there's something on the table, you know, all this kind of stuff. So it could be relevant to somebody. It feels like a quest. You're about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. The path you're on now is one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating. Libra had that. Like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling. A life lived fully isn't only lived in safety. Again, that felt like an important one. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, but there is greater value in risk-taking than remaining unchallenged. New territories are waiting to be discovered. Fortune and love favour the bold. Okay, one more, please, and then we'll call it quits. I don't know what that is. We got two more. The Hanged Muse and the Tower. That's like breaking out of stagnation. Looking at something from a different angle kind of like gives me like, you know, like David Bowie in The Labyrinth, where like the staircases go upside down, like everything falling apart, which is what happened in that vision I had with the forest. It was like the whole forest, like the root system and like the soil completely, everything being uprooted. You know, like if you ever repot a plant and you get the plant out and you shake the soil, like the soil falling down. but then like planting new seeds and tending to the seeds and making progress and having growth. It's like bringing order to chaos. The chaos that happens when there's a perception change, when there's a reality shift, right? When there's a change in the way we view something. This could be something like, the kind of analogy that I'm being given is like, you know, when something happens in the news and it's like something comes out, like say like a story breaks about like you know, like the BBC, like something happened in the BBC, or like this person, this celebrity, or like you know, the royal family. It's like something happens to some kind of change the shape of the box. It's funny because I was thinking about the term squared away. I didn't know what that meant until I was working with another visual merchandiser years and years ago, and she said, let's get this squared away, and I was like, I don't know what that means. I have never heard that term before, educate me. And she explained to me what squared away means, like, you know, get it finished, get it like in the box, you know, get it like tidy, get it neat, like, and showing me like trimming the edges off, the, you know, like the square, but like trimming the edges off is what they're showing me. So I was thinking about that before I started you reading, this term squared away, which I seem to keep hearing this week, and it keeps bringing up that memory of my friend saying, let's get this squared away, and me being like, explain that one to me. My Gemini moon doesn't understand squares. My Gemini brain only understands squiggles. I call my Gemini moon my Gemini brain. So where was I going with that? Squared away. So it's like having squares, right? Having boxes, foxes in boxes, they're telling me. Having boxes and growing up in those boxes and being all safe and secure in those boxes because the box is familiar. And then it's like you find out that the box wasn't really a box after all. The box was a UFO. And oh, okay, that's really unsettled me. That's, you know, like the shift of perception. It's like this thing that you'd accepted, this reality that you had accepted is not the way you thought it was. It reminds me of that film as well with I love these films, Brendan Fraser and Alicia Silverstone, where Brendan Fraser has grown up in a basement. It's like Blast from the Past, I think. Brendan Fraser's grown up in this basement. Like when he was a kid, his father had built this whole like bomb shelter, and it was like in the 50s or something, and he was like, the alarm went off, but I think it was like a false alarm. So they all ran down, like for nuclear war, right? And they all ran down into the basement. And you know, like they sealed the door shut, and he was like, we can't go out for like 30 years because of the radiation, we have to stay down here. So like this family of three, like the dad, the mum and the son, like stayed in this basement. And so the son was raised in this like very stereotypically idealized like 50s environment, and he was like good natured, he never had anything to fear, right? It was like he was raised with this loving family, he was completely naive. And he goes out into the world and he meets like it's like time to go up now, and they go out in like the 80s or the 90s. And it's like you know, there was never any nuclear war. Like I think he goes up, like Brendan Fraser, he goes up for like supplies or something. I want to watch it again. I actually was looking for it, but I think I have to buy it on Amazon, and I was like, I don't want to have to buy it, I want it for free. So yeah, he like goes up for supplies, and he's like out in, and he's like, it's like a culture shock, right? He's like, I was expecting this version of reality, or I have been presented in this box, in this basement, I have been shown this version of reality that was like completely stuck in the 50s, and yet like the world has changed and moved on. So it's like this whole like perception shift where it's like everything you knew, the entire reality you knew, is completely blown apart. Like a huge paradigm shift of perception. Or like the Truman Show, right, where he you know, the reality he believed in, like I'm hearing the lies he was told, like the version of reality he was given. So now they're going back to, sorry, it's just because they're showing me things. So going back to Brendan Fraser, it's like what they're showing me is like, even though it's scary to partake in that world and that different version of reality than what he knew, and there was danger in it because he was naive, right? He got himself into situations, but like he also had a lot of fun. There was things to benefit from in that new situation. So sorry, they interjected with that. So like the Truman Show, he's right at the end, you know, the guy in the moon is like, why do you want to leave? You're safe here. I give you safe, right? But he's like, I give you everything you could ever want. I give you like the dream life. And yet he leaves. He goes out into the unknown because he recognizes that there's more than the box. Giving me I think it's Gwen Stefani or No Doubt, Trapped in a Box, right? I am gonna leave that there. But then it's like methodical, right? So this methodical, let's just touch on this before I go. This like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like the steps kind of makes me think of like Bill Murray in that. It's like Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss, where he takes baby steps. He's like, baby steps, baby steps. Okay, open the door. You know, that's your baby step. Right, what do you have to do next? It's like the steps, like step process. And like, I like this whole set of readings was like the 12-step program. So it's like step by step, like Madonna, right? Step by step, day by day. Forward movement. Like almost like through, it's like head down. It's almost like, so I went from like no intuitive messages to like all the intuitive messages for you. It's almost like, you know, when you see horses walking alongside the road and they have those blinders on. So it's like the field of perception is like, right, what I'm trying to say is like, you see how she's like really focused on these flowers. It's almost like breadcrumbs, right? Like somebody had this thing about the ring of fire. So it's like this portal here, this ring of fire, this portal. And then it's like almost like laying breadcrumbs. So the person's like following the breadcrumbs. Or like she's planting these seeds. So it's like she's got her head down and she's just following like one step in front of the other. One flower, next flower, next flower, next flower. And it's like before she knows it, she's passed through that danger or that gateway or that ring of fire. It's like she's passed through it because she went step by step, day by day, one foot in front of the other, from one reality into the new reality. Like it's almost like didn't perceive it to happen because the universe had put your blinkers on. So there's something coming through. Oh my God, I've got a reading within a reading now. There's something coming through about the universe taking somebody, like again with that crow, right? The crow coming in and lifting me out of the situation into another one. Something about like spirit almost putting you in the box, right? They're putting the blinkers on, narrowing your perception so that you only see like literally like what you have to do next and then what you have to do next. And it's like if you just keep doing like what the universe is putting right in front of you, then you'll get there. It's like you'll turn around and look back and think, oh my goodness, look at what I've been through. Look at the journey I've made. Look how far I've come. Look how far I've come. Because the universe is really, it's like, you know how I was saying like maybe I've got ADHD, which I'm not joking about. It's like really kind of like really like taking the focus from like this to like this. And like going 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, somebody could have like ADHD or autism or something. It's like the focus is like targeted. There's more. There's something else. I'm nearly done. I promise I'm nearly done. What is it? I want to randomize you a song, but I'm on my phone, so I can't. Okay, do check out the description box below. Do check out the description box below because so I'm looking around trying to figure out what I should use to get this last little bit of the message out. Go and check out the description box below where most of the songs that came through in the reading will be. The last 2 songs, there will be, the second to last song will be the Epiphany, right? So it'll be something for you, like something in there. It could be a word, a specific note. The song could mean something to you. There's some kind of epiphany in that second to last song. And the very last song is going to be more advice for you. So however you take it, use your own intuition. You're showing as the High Priestess, so you're absolutely capable of doing this. So the last 2 songs really pay attention to. It'll be the Epiphany and your intuitive advice from the universe about what to do next. All right. Libras was funny. I was like, oh my goodness, what does, because I'm a Libra, I was like, what does that mean? Because I took it lewd. I was like, I don't think so, universe. And then it was like, no, actually train, like do the training. Do the training that, you know, we're encouraging you to do. Like King of Pentacles there as well on the split. So, I don't know, it was just really funny. I was like, wait, what are they telling me? How is this my advice? All right, do take care of yourselves, trust your own intuition, and yeah, I'll see you again soon. Bye, Pisces.